Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to go over the best replica belts that are currently on WWE Shop. So this first one right here, I want to give an honorable mention to this one. This is the Stone Cold Legacy belt. This one was limited to around 500, but this is one of the greatest belts the WWE Shop has ever put out. At first, a lot of people did not like the design of this and were not just fans of it at all, but once people got it in person, they saw, oh my goodness. So the skull on this was actually boosted up off the plates. You have the 316 there, the Stone Cold on each side. The strap was amazing as well. Everything about this title was perfect. But now let's get into the list. All of these belts you can get right now on WWE Shop. First up is the United States Championship. So back in the day when WWE first came around, majority of their titles they released were 2mm. You know, the classic United States title and a bunch of other titles, they were 2mm. And this was one of the first sort of 3D looking-ish titles that they released. This is one of the, I think it's the second thickest belt that has ever been put on WWE Shop, maybe third, one of the two. Anyways, this title is absolutely fantastic. It's super heavy, it's got a great weight to it, it looks amazing. The United States Champion are all boosted up off the plates along with the eagle down at the bottom. One of the most popular titles as well. For people getting just now starting to get in collections and stuff, a lot of them start with bootlegs and stuff, and I get hundreds of messages a week. Hey, like, what do you recommend for my first time? And I always recommend everything that's on this list, but the first one I always go to is the United States Championship, because this title is just such an amazing belt, and once you have it in person, just seeing the detail articulated on it, how it's dual plated, how everything's like sort of boosted off the plate, it really pops out and everything catches your eye. The next title is one of the newest titles, the World Heavyweight Championship. When this thing got released, I was actually one of the first people to hold it, as it was available at the SummerSlam Superstore before it was shipped out to all of the buyers. And I was so stunned, my jaw dropped when I held this thing and saw this thing for the first time. Everything about this title was done to perfection. And you cannot get a better title on Shop, in my opinion. This is number one. This whole list is not in any order. Every detail you see on this plate right here is boosted out. It is all on there. And the title is super thick, super heavy, looks the most TV accurate out of anything as well. Every detail on this, you're able to see. Back in the day when they released titles, everything was sort of just etched into the plate. You know, it was lasered into the plate, and it was all 2D. This was the best, and still holds to this day as being the best belt on Shop. The 3D-ness to this, every detail is boosted up, it's popped out. You see it, it's outlined, everything about it, absolutely tremendous. If you want to get a first belt, do not hesitate, go with this World Heavyweight Championship right here. Next up on the list is another World Heavyweight Championship, but an older version. This is called the Crumrine. So there's been many versions of this to be released, and everyone tries to do it in their own take, because the World Heavyweight Championship design, as long as the WWE logo is not there, any single person, any company can use it. It's not copyrighted, and they can sell it, they can make belts off of it, whatever they want to. And for a while, that's what we had with Fondue and Groovy G and companies like that, making big golds, and specifically the Crumrine belt. And everyone was surprised when WWE Shop released this Crumrine belt, because it's not really a market we ever thought they would tap into, as we've all been waiting on the 3D Jamar big gold, but instead we got this, and I gotta say, none of us were upset about it. Once it started shipping out, everything about this is a dual-plated belt. So if you don't know what a dual-plated belt is, it means there's two plates on this. The very back one is the silver, which you see behind everything, and then on top is, you know, the Crumrine details and everything like that. And dual-plated belts are always great because they always pop out. They are always a lot more visible, and all the details are much more noticeable to the naked eye, and they just look better compared to it being all flat and just etched into the plates. Just like the World Heavyweight Championship, all of these details you can feel with your fingers, you can see every detail about it, and it's also a pretty large belt as well. You can never go wrong with Crumrine. Then after that, we have one of the newest titles on Shop. This is the World Tag Team Championship for the Raw side. So when they released these, I ordered both the Raw Tag Team Championship and the SmackDown. I gotta say, I was not a fan of the SmackDown one because it was It was made how their older belts were made. Everything on the plate was etched in. So if you don't know what I'm trying to say here, so on the plates they do the detailing on it. But on the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, everything is just lasered in, right? So you can feel it and stuff, but it's all 2D. It's all flat. Nothing is boosted about it. While the Raw version, this one is dual plated, which makes everything pop much more. Dual-plated belts are the best kind of belts you can get nowadays. So on the back, of course, you have the silver, and then on top of that, you have all of the detailing for the World Tag Team Champions, the design and everything. Everything's boosted up. You have the shield in the middle that is boosted up as well, the banners and everything about it. Everything pops so much more. You're able to visibly see every single detail, and if you wanted to, you can feel every single detail as well. And also, recently WWE has switched their leather that they use for these belts, and they have made them much more TV accurate. In the belt community, one of the biggest things is people getting real leathers of their belts, because prior to these, most recent belts that have been released, all the straps are basically made of partial cardboard. I forget exactly what it was. You can find another video about it. But they were super stiff, they would hardly move, and it just did not look good. But recently they have switched to a different material, a different kind of leather, so everything is super floppy, how it is on TV, and everything moves much easier, and all around it's just so much better. And then next up, and finally, we have the Brahma Bull title. This was the first belt WWE ever released that was 6 to 7 millimeters thick. So plates are measured in millimeters. Most of them are 4 millimeters. And when you get one that's 7 to 8 millimeters like this in the World Heavyweight Championship, I believe those are the only two currently on shop that you're able to get that are that thick. Everything about it is great. Now, some other companies, when they make a thick belt, the plates are hollow on the inside, but not with this. They're all full. And on this one, it's a pretty simple title belt. But this was really revolutionary for WWE Shop and the belt community as a whole, because this was the first ever belt of its kind. So the bull in the middle was boosted up on the plates and everything, and it was super thick. That's what made it 8 millimeters. But this was the first title that wasn't really just flat. I mean, we had the World Heavyweight Championship, the Undisputed title design now, as everybody knows it. That was the only thing that was not super flat and not detailed a lot. But the Brahma Bull, just like all the other belts that I've showed in this video, they were not visible to the naked eye, all the good details. So the Brahma Bull was the first of its kind, and it still holds true to this day. You can get this one, or even the Rock Signature Series. It's the same plates and everything, just got a different kind of strap on it. But that is my list of the best belts that you can currently get on WWE Shop. Let me know what you guys think, and do you own any of these? And if not, let me know which one you would pick up. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.